Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. The goal of my channel is to help you to make cooking as part of your daily routine using my fast cooking system, which stands for flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. Now, even though my cooking system relies on stir frying, however, the wok is extremely versatile because you can use it for steaming as well. The traditional way to steam in a wok is to use a bamboo steamer. Now, bamboo steamer has some unique characteristics, and it has been an ancient form of steaming. And the main reason that bamboo is such a good way for steaming food is because bamboo is an excellent for retaining heat. So when you steam in a bamboo steamer, you can put it over the wok. And underneath you put water in it and you boil the water. And you notice that the steam are completely trapped by the bamboo steamer. You have no steam escaping it. And using a bamboo steamer, you can steam all kinds of food ingredients. For example, you can steam eggs. In here, you can steam different kind of meat. And the result is that it will lead you to a very flexible type of steaming. However, bamboo steamer has one disadvantage is that when you use a bamboo steamer, you are restricted to what you can put inside the steamer. For example, you can put a plate in a steamer if you wish, but you are limited by the size of the plate that you can put into it. The second way to steam in a wok is to use a steaming rack. Now, a steaming rack is basically a metal rack that you can put in the bottom of the wok, and you can fill the wok with water. In this case, you can put all different kinds of containers in the wok, limited by the size of the wok as well as the size of the cover. As shown here, I can actually use many different types of container, including a plate, or I can use a relatively large bowl. So the end result is that you have much greater flexibility to put the type of container that you need, and you can create many different types of dishes. Now, this is particularly useful if you want to create a one-dish meal, which means that the single dish will contain multiple ingredients that will allow you to create an entire meal in it. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how to construct such a meal. There's a distinct advantage to create this type of one-dish meal because in this case, all you have to do is to put a large enough plate into the wok, and the end result, you can cook many different ingredients. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how I cook basically a seafood steam dish. Now, in this dish, the first item that I decided I want to put in is some lobster tail. Now, of course, when you do steaming, the best thing is to cut your ingredients into smaller pieces. Not only that, it is faster for it to be steamed, and it's also easier for you to eat when you already have the dish served on the table. So in here, I have a lobster tail, which I love lobster, and I cut it into small pieces. That is a very frequent way for lobster tail being cooked in Chinese dishes, because in stir fry, you want to cut up it into smaller pieces. Now, to construct a one-dish meal, you have different ingredients. Now, how you layer the ingredients has some significance. Some of it is entirely up to your personal preference, but there has some reason behind how you're going to layer each ingredient. For example, traditionally, most people will layer the vegetables, particularly vegetables that has relatively mild flavor, at the bottom of the dish, because in this case, you can layer other ingredients on top of it, and the fluid that's produced by other ingredients, such as a fish or a lobster in this case, or other type of meat such as pork, will infiltrate into the vegetable below it, and it gives the vegetable better flavor. So in this particular case, I'm going to create a one-dish meal that includes several different kinds of vegetables. I start out with some broccoli as shown here, and then I use some oyster mushroom, and then on top of that, I put some portobello mushroom. But right on top of all of these vegetables, I'm going to layer it with a fish. Now, this fish is known as swai. It's a fish that has really great flavor. It's a very mild fish. So consequently, you can use this fish combined with many different types of food ingredients. And after I've put the fish over the vegetables, I'm going to layer the lobster right next to it. Now, The advantage of a steamed dish is that you can combine many different types of ingredients, and the end result is that you can create a dish that have multiple ingredients that will make the meal, in this case, complete, because you have both seafood as well as with vegetables, and you can use multiple different kinds of vegetables, not just one single type of vegetables. Now, the combinations of the seafood and the vegetable can be further enhanced by what I would call seasoning condiment. And one of the most frequently used seasoning condiment is dry shiitake mushroom. A dry shiitake mushroom has great flavor, and when you cook food with dry shiitake mushroom, it will release wonderful umami flavor to the dish. On top of that, the next ingredients I'm going to add to it is some carrot. Now, I decided to use carrot because carrot provide a touch of sweetness, and also carrot provide great texture in contrast with other ingredients in this dish. So as you can see here, this dish is truly a one meal dish because you can combine many different ingredients. And then last but not the least, I put in some ginger. Now again, ginger is a condiment, and I put it way at the end because when you steam it, the flavor released from the ginger will infiltrate it into other ingredients in the dish. So as you can see here, this one dish meal has many different ingredients, but because of how you steam it, you can construct it in such a way to give you the type of flavor that you want. Okay, the final touch is some scallions. This scallions, which I cut it into strips, it would provide the dish a onion-like flavor. So instead of using onion, which can tend to be overwhelming, the scallion serve an excellent job. Next, I'm going to add some of my wok with tak basic seasoning mix. This seasoning mix is great for a dish like this because this seasoning mix has very mild flavor and will enhance the umami flavor of the dish. The water is now boiling in the wok. Now, this is a large plate. In order to accommodate all these ingredients, the wok is a 14-inch wok, and this plate is a 12-inch plate. And this is the reason I always recommend a 14-inch wok, because the wok is large enough to give you a lot of flexibility to do many different things. Finally, I'm going to just put a few drops of soy sauce over it. Now, this dish will already have some wonderful flavor, but the soy sauce will enhance the saltiness of the dish. Again, you can adjust the flavor by adding different amount of soy sauce as you see fit. I steamed this dish for about 15 minutes. Now, the main concern when I steam this dish is that I do not want to overcook the seafood, in this case the lobster as well as the fish. 15 minutes is just about right, and you can obviously test how long you want to steam it. And I set the burner to about medium to medium low. I make a final adjustment by add a little bit more soy sauce. Again, this is part of the flavor chasing strategy. And then I also add a small amount of this Shaoxing cooking wine. This will really make the dish has a complex flavor. Last but not least, I pour some hot oil over the entire dish. The hot oil will add a little bit more oil to the steamed dish, and it is really helpful when you have a steamed dish, just a little bit of oil, and this hot oil will actually create a wonderful flavor. Okay, the dish is done, and put the dish together is actually very simple as long as you have done advanced prepping. As you can see here, that this dish served extremely well for both of us. And in fact, we enjoy the dish so much. As you can see here, we finished everything in this dish. So it turned out really well. Steaming is a good occasional alternative for the fast cooking system. And instead of using stir frying, you can use the same wok, the same equipment in the case for steaming. So if you want variations, make use of whatever equipment and the ingredients that you have on hand. By switching from stir frying to steaming, you can use the same food ingredients and create a different result. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.